Every video that I've seen so far of Katy Perry's tour, I can't tell if it looks like a good show or if it looks like a really shit show, and then I can't tell if it looks like it was expensive or if it was a really cheap production. Like, she's not a real pop star.
Every single clip of Katy Perry's tour that's been floating around, it's a total mess and people can't figure out if it's supposed to be flashy or just plain cheap. One second it looks like $1 million setup, and the next it's giving garage-level production vibes. It's confusing. And let's be real, is she even giving pop star anymore? Katy Perry's all over the internet right now, but not in the way she hoped. Her tour is going viral for all the wrong reasons. It's painfully obvious she rushed the whole thing. The stage setups feel thrown together, the energy is low, and fans are straight up calling it lazy. And now she's out here embarrassing herself with stiff dance moves and lip-syncing through almost every song. Not a good look. It's like she's hanging on by a thread. Her career's barely breathing at this point. This Lifetimes Tour? Yeah, it's flopping hard. Let's break it down. And no, this isn't coming from a hater. I actually used to ride hard for Katy. She had hits. But the moment I heard she was teaming back up with Dr. Luke for a new album, I had to give her a serious side-eye. Like, why? Now fast forward, just 2 weeks after she randomly blasted off into space, she's launching this chaotic Lifetimes tour, and it's already falling apart. Nothing's landing. Nothing's connecting. It's one awkward moment after another. Honestly, it's doing even worse than the album flop, and that album was already weak. The songs were mid, nothing stuck, but now we're watching her perform this stuff live, and it's straight up awkward. You can feel the lack of passion. There's no way Katy Perry really believes this music slaps. Not after the bangers she used to drop back in the day. Makes you wonder, what actually happens to celebs when they get so big they lose touch with reality? Like, how do they go from relatable to completely out of sync with what fans want? It's giving full-on Katy Perry effect, detached, robotic, and just weird. And here's the part that's got fans seriously mad. She's using AI on this tour. Not in some cool, creative way either. We hear about AI all the time now, but when you're a megastar putting on a world tour and still cutting corners like this, it hits a nerve. Hollywood's full of struggling artists and designers grinding for scraps, and here comes Katy typing in prompts instead of hiring real people. You can tell it's AI too. The visuals look strange, like some uncanny valley nightmare. Who even are these random, fake-looking people on the screen? If my face got turned into some blurry, glitchy AI background, I'd be heated. It all just feels fake, lazy, like nobody really cared. The choreography is already weak, but they don't even want fans watching that. They're literally trying to distract the crowd with this giant AI screen full of floating phones and creepy animations. And the placement? Wild. Like, why is this massive phone graphic floating way up in the air when the crowd is way back? Who's that even for? It's giving total disconnect. This whole tour setup? It's giving straight-up AI chaos. Like that wild Trump video he posted with some random Gaza setting, shirtless guys in bikinis and beer flying around. Just pure nonsense. That's the thing with AI. It's missing the soul. There's no human touch, and you can tell instantly. It's like watching a glitch try to pretend it has emotions. But it's not just the budget visuals and AI weirdness. We gotta talk about Katy's own performance. Her dancing looks stiff, slow, and honestly, she seems out of breath half the time. It instantly made me think of that Taylor Swift interview where she said she trained on a treadmill while singing every day to prep for her Eras tour. Because yeah, putting on a real show takes actual stamina. And Katy? She ain't keeping up. Just look at her on stage. There's no fire in her moves. It's like even she doesn't believe the hype. She's yelling, "Let's go, people!" But there's no energy behind it. I mean, I can't dance to save my life, but I could have done that. And she's out here getting paid millions for it? Please. And okay, maybe it's just me. But why is this giving Ozempic vibes? Like, the way she moves makes you wonder, sure, she's slimmed down, but is she actually in shape? Because skinny doesn't always mean strong. No hate, but it's a fair question. And no, I'm not on Ozempic myself. If I was, I'd be the first to tell you. But this ain't looking like fitness, it's looking like someone trying to coast through with smoke and mirrors. All that hype, it's just slimming her down. It ain't doing anything else. One comment nailed it. Close enough. Another person joked, J-Lo can finally breathe again. And Ashlyn Walker came in with a savage line. I love living in the timeline where I'm cooler than Katy Perry. But not everyone's trying to be funny. Some folks are straight up fed up. One person flat out wrote, Katy Perry, please stop. And another said, Katy Perry gives me the creeps. Yikes. But let's talk about one of the cringiest moments on the tour, the so-called choreography. And here's the kicker. It looked like Katy was trying to do her own version of what PNK's famous for. You know how PNK's always flying around with those aerial stunts, spinning from ropes, belting out vocals mid-air? It's wild. Now, I don't always get why she does it, but at least she makes it look fun and high energy. It's kinda her thing now, but Katy? Oh no. She tried to tap into that vibe and it looked like they practiced for maybe 2 minutes backstage before hitting the stage. It was awkward, messy, zero finesse. The ropes looked random, and the movements were clunky like they didn't know what to do up there. It was more like a slow-motion tangle than a performance. Now, random shift here, but it came up, so let's keep it real. You know what's even worse than messing up on stage? Getting hurt and then having to deal with insurance companies who try to dodge responsibility. They'll drag it out, lowball you, and hope you just give up. That's why some people call in firms like Morgan & Morgan. They're the biggest injury law squad in the game. Because at the end of the day, insurance companies? They're not looking out for you. Facts. Morgan & Morgan isn't playing games. They've got over 1,000 attorneys and have helped millions of clients. We're talking billions in verdicts and settlements, including a $26 million payout in Philly. And get this, it was 40 times more than what the insurance company originally tried to offer. That's wild. And the best part? They don't charge you anything up front. No consultation fees, no hourly rates, no sneaky hidden charges. Nada. If you get hurt and need backup, they've got your back. Real heavy. You can just hit up forthepeople.com/Sloan or scan the QR code on the screen to start your claim. For real, you could probably file before this video even ends. It doesn't hurt to find out what you're owed. Big shout out to Morgan & Morgan for sponsoring this video. Now back to the mess. First off, peep this landing. Katy goes flying onto a dancer and looks like she's about to slide clean off to the side. It's clumsy and chaotic. And don't even get me started on the outfits. What is this mess? One of the dancers is in fur boots and shorts like they're confused about the season. And then, boom, here comes Katy leaping like she's in an obstacle course, and she completely skips over someone like it's part of a game. No joke, she literally jumps on the back of someone's neck. That looks like an injury just waiting to happen. As someone with serious neck pain myself, nah, I felt that one deep. Someone on that stage better be seeing a chiropractor after this tour. They should honestly lift her another foot in the air. She looks way too close to the ground. The whole setup is shaky. And my brain kept going, what if those cables snap? That'd be terrifying. Like, why are we risking all this for a move that doesn't even add to the performance? It just feels extra and pointless. Like, okay, she's out here flipping in the air, but she can't even land it cleanly. Poor Katy Perry. What is she doing to herself? Watching this unfold makes you wonder, if you were in her shoes as an artist, wouldn't you want to bow out on a high note? Instead, we're watching what feels like the leftovers of a contract she couldn't escape. It's giving had to drop an album energy, and now we're stuck with this chaos. One comment said it best. Every video I see of Katy Perry's tour, I just see her flying around. Larissa joked, the space trip was so short, Katy Perry didn't even have time to get her gravity back. And Rocky Mo came with the real shade. At least PNK sings live while flying. Oof. Jules dropped this gem too. Every video I've seen so far has been giving first rehearsal energy, while Sada added, seriously, this is painful to watch. And they're not wrong. One thing about Katy, she loves being in the air. During Roar, she's literally floating around on what looks like a big metallic butterfly. Like, give Katy anything that flies or spins and she's on it. I swear I saw her riding a giant hot dog once, but maybe that was Miley? Either way, I remember some other tour where she rode a huge robotic horse for Dark Horse. She's clearly obsessed with floating props and aerial stunts. But my favorite moment in this bizarre show, it's gotta be when she goes toe-to-toe with a heating tube monster during her performance of E.T. Not kidding. There's this AI-generated background with a metallic creature made out of what looks like a twisted heater vent, and suddenly one of its legs kicks out. And what does Katy do? She fights it. Yup, she battles this thing and ends up defeating it. It's pure chaos, and I can't tell if it's supposed to be serious or a meme come to life. It's honestly giving nothing. Like, what even is this scene supposed to be? She's out here swinging at some kind of snake-like creature that's barely puffing out fog. And I mean barely. There's like one sad cloud of mist, and that's it. Then boom, she wins the battle. But let's be real. The vocals? Those did not come out victorious. Tough to admit, but it's just not hitting. Now here's a wild moment. During one of the shows, a fan in the crowd yells out, "Katy, ya eres Mexicana," which is a pretty common fan chant that means, "Katy girl, you're already Mexican." She hears it, laughs, and then starts twerking to the beat. But the way she stops and asks, "What does this mean?" What does this mean? Had everyone cringing. Like, girl, come on. She's got that full-on white girl awkwardness going strong. And I say that as a white dude myself. White boy awkward, I get it. But Katy takes it to a whole new level on stage sometimes. That said, not everyone thought it was a mess. Some fans really thought she was serving in those first show videos. But let's not pretend the backlash wasn't loud either. People have been dragging her for the weird choreography, or just the plain lack of it. And if you remember from that Blinded and Breakdown episode, there was even talk that some of the dancers were threatening to walk off the tour. Why? Because they didn't want their names or skills tied to this circus. That's rough. One person summed it up perfectly. Maybe instead of going to space, Katy should have been rehearsing her fight moves a little more. And honestly, they're not wrong. Honestly, the last solid move Katy Perry made was being a judge on American Idol. That could have been her golden ticket into legacy status, like easy lane, chill career, respected name. But nope, she clearly still sees herself as a current A-list pop star, chasing that spotlight like it's still 2010. But the truth? She's just not there anymore. Remember how she tried to hype her setlist by dropping it during a space flight? Yeah, no one cared. Crickets. And now Camila Cabello low-key threw some shade, but in the nicest way possible. Like, she didn't go full savage, but the jab was there. Camila posted on TikTok, "Didn't have the budget to fly to space to promote my tour date, so I made this TikTok instead." Oop, now let's be real. Camila ain't exactly on fire either. Her career's been thirsty for attention too, so maybe she's not the one to throw shade. But that little dig? It definitely landed. And to be fair, it probably got her name trending again for the first time in a minute. Smart move! Honestly, with the way both of them are struggling to hold attention, maybe they should just team up. Get a couple more fading pop acts, and throw one big throwback tour. Give each of them like 20 minutes on stage and call it a night. Boom! Done! Fans would probably show up just for the nostalgia. So hey, props to Camilla for squeezing her way back into the convo. It's definitely a shady little stunt. But hey, when Katy Perry's flopping this hard, even a TikTok can make someone else look better by comparison. But now I want to hear from you. Are you seriously thinking about going to the Lifetimes Tour? Be real with me in the comments. I need boots on the ground. I want to hear all the raw tea firsthand. And before you bounce, make sure to smash that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe so you don't miss the next deep dive. Catch you in the next one. Peace.